Well, it's still a sector confused about the element of disruption that's happening. You've got some of the big companies like Accor who've appreciated that it's had an impact on performance as well as how they should be serving the consumer, and you have other ones who will remain nameless, who are very much, this isn't our problem, 7 million listings online isn't an issue for us, nothing's going to happen here, it's all about the business market, it's the Airbnb is all about leisure. And I think, I don't know whether you use Airbnb, but a lot of people do, and it's creeping into other sectors. It's not just about families going on holidays at the weekend, it's getting everywhere.
And a lot of businesses even consider using Airbnb as well, and traditionally their corporate traveller market was about loyalty schemes at hotels. Just talk us through how that is changing the nature of being a hotel these days, where the loyalty schemes, direct booking with hotels, all those things really count anymore. The sort of restaurant that you have in the establishment, facilities on different bases. Does that matter versus what Airbnb has, when it's just a price war?
Well, they're hoping to not make it a price war. Unfortunately, the experience they've had with the OTAs, with Expedia and Booking, is such that it has become about retail of the rooms and not about the experience they're having within the hotels. The hotels, you know, I love hotels, but they don't fight to their strengths. They don't look to see what it is they've got, which is the customer on site all night. And okay, you're unconscious for a lot of that, but it's important to offer these things, to offer what no one else does. And I think what's happened with Airbnb is that it's given them a bit of a kick in the proverbial, in terms of maybe we should offer something other than just kind of a depressing bar where, you know, it's more suited to kind of Don Draper in the 1950s to look at some of the kind of the large global brands.
Yes, you know, some of the hotels I get put in when I travel. Salman, do you play the disruption side of this industry at all? I mean, it's very interesting, but also, dare I say, a lot of people want to play that side of it as well.
Definitely. I think it's a very interesting trend. I think competition is good for the consumer at the end of the day. But I think the critical question for us is underlying the tax differential as well, which is that, you know, in this segment, which is covered by Airbnb, what is the, you know, how much of that is the price differentials are coming from the tax and the regulation which can close that loop. And the second risk factor, I'm just mentioning the risk factor, is the safety angle of it. And, you know, how kind of, you know, if these few incidents blow up, we saw that with Uber. So those are the kind of, you know, risk factors which we are focused on, how long this disruption can go before regulation comes in and tries to clamp down everything.
I mean, certainly the hotel sector is hoping this is all going to be regulated out of existence, which would be ideal, and they would love that. I don't think it's going to be. I think in Scotland this week we saw that they're now bringing in licensing and registration for short-term lettings, not for sharing, which kind of plays into the peculiar world that Airbnb lives in. And when it IPOs, I think we'll all see what's underneath the under the hood, and what's kind of professional listing and what's people sharing their homes. Because, you know, it's kind of, I think, more professional these days. No one really knows. It's kind of, it's like Predator out there. You don't know what's happening. It's frightening for the hotel sector until there's a hit, and then you see that kind of luminous blood appear, and
Katherine,
everyone's shocked.
Airbnb clearly have shaken up the whole industry, and that type of business model has as well, as you just mentioned as well. But I've done something very rare this year. I've already booked my summer holiday, but I went direct to the owner of the place that I am going to be renting for my summer holiday as well. What's to stop Airbnb being disrupted by the individuals themselves by just going straight to consumer?
Well, I think the problem with, where are you going straight to an owner of an existing kind of holiday house, or are you sharing someone's living room sofa?
Without giving too much detail, it's a villa in the Mediterranean somewhere. It is owned by someone who's converted it, but he's set up his own site.
Okay,
he did have the
this
same property advertised, dare I say, on one of the online travel agencies, the OTAs you mentioned, but I then went straight to him because I saw it there and got it for about £750 cheaper.
Indeed, indeed. And this is something that Airbnb will have to deal with. It's something the hotel sector has been having to deal with itself. So,
because the premiums demanded by some of these OTAs are quite extraordinary.
It can be a bit perky, and it's what's been driving the recent rise of consolidation in the sector. You've seen big deals from Marriott and people like that, where they've all kind of banded together, and now it's like, it's okay, we're not going to charge you 25%.
Can I ask you about financial engineering? Because Accor was one hotel chain that went very quickly to shed the real estate asset and just keep the operating parts of the business. Is that the model going forward? Don't own the asset?
Yeah, very much so. So it's all about brand, and that's been great, and it's been great for shareholders, and it's been great for investors to come into the sector, and it's made the sector more of an asset class that's more respected, and now you see all the funds getting involved, and that's been great. But it's put the hotel sector in a position where it's all about branding, and it's a replication of what you see on the high street. So for the consumer, it's, oh, this is the same insert name of hotel here, and I'm in Mogadishu, and I'm in Cardiff, and it's all the same scenario. And where's the excitement? Whereas Airbnb, every single site is different, but it's
told-
covered by the branding of the transaction, which makes you all consoled and
And
happy.
there are questions.
Hi, I'm Giovanna Bersecci and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.